Bowl 57. And this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down the kickoff of what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, for these Kansas City Chiefs, they, of course, were Super Bowl champions 3 years ago. The win over the Niners in Miami. They fell to the Bucs in Tampa a couple years back. They had the blown lead in the AFC title game against Cincinnati last year. And now they're back, making their third trip to the big game in 4 years.
And their recent history only increases the urgency to try and win another Super Bowl title with this group.
Meanwhile, it took until Super Bowl 52 for the Eagles to lift the Lombardi Trophy for the first time. And not too many players are left from that squad 5 years ago. But this new group is looking to write a new chapter of Eagles lore.
Yeah, we certainly all remember that performance in the win over New England. Nick Foles throwing for 373 yards, catching the Philly special that will go down as one of the most iconic play calls in Super Bowl history. Now they're back and looking to make it 2 titles in 6 years.
Stage is finally set, and here we go. Super Bowl 57 is underway. This taken in at the goal line. Well, now how about this return? And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
You can't help but continue to marvel at how well this man's career has gone so far. Now in his 5th season as KC starter, he's never missed a conference title game, and he's taking the field in his 3rd Super Bowl. Simply dominant, it's easy to envision him being one of the top quarterbacks for many years to come.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First play, Mahomes looking to throw it. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Oh, nice move. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. The first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
On first down, Mahomes. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
I think we all heard about it in the offseason. There were many questions asking if Philadelphia might consider bringing in another quarterback to replace Jalen Hurts. He answered emphatically, "This is my team," and he led them to a Super Bowl appearance. A well-deserved moment for this quarterback. He just kept his head down, kept working, and eliminated all the noise.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he slides and covers up at the end. This is going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Facing second and short, and that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards you needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. Miles Sanders first carry of the game. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Hurts to throw.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
They'll roll him out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Thanks to his effort, they now have a big choice to make here. He just ran them into field goal range with that one, so here come the choices. Do they kick it here, or do they trust him to make another big play and possibly get a first down?
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line.
Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive.
The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. Oh, it's out. McKinnon fumbled it. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10.
Throwing is Hurts.
He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Hurts.
Now he'll escape to his right. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
I don't want to be a jinx partner, put the whammy on him, but I think we could be looking at all-time damn the ground with the way that he's going. Only a few quarterbacks in this league are capable of a 100-yard game, and he's halfway there just in the first quarter. This is a record-setting pace. Hopefully, he can keep it up, and we can have fun watching it.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Sanders diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And out come the Chiefs now. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line.
Tackle made by Kaiser White. We know he can fly to the ball, and he showed it there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Straight ahead they go with McKinnon.
And he's up in it after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Keep themselves on the short field. That way his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage can react.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Mahomes to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, trying to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. On play action, it's Mahomes. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Eagles' 47-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Slant route, that's complete to Travis Kelsey. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
2nd down, McKinnon.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City 1st. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now Mahomes. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Understandably, pass rushers keyed up for this Super Bowl, but you can't do that.
And let's face it, no one wants to lose one of these quarterbacks early in this game. So you know they're going to be protected by the officials.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Handoff, it's McKinnon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it.
So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it and brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. Call it a gain of a yard, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. We figured they'd come out with intensity and aggressiveness on the defensive side of the ball, and they have an early turnover to show for it.
They lived up to their reputation. That's who they are. They want to attack on every play, even though they're playing defense. And you're exactly right. Force the early turnover, and now they'll try to attack again and again throughout the game.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And his throw is incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on 3rd down. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Mahomes now to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Gray. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A big one here early in this Super Bowl. It's 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Marquez Valdez-Scantling bringing in that one for Patrick Mahomes. And the Chiefs have retaken the lead.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 14-10. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And that is incomplete.
The good signal calls would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter.
One quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57.
14-10 the score. The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message.
And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the second quarter.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's when you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
And even though that's 15 yards they're going to gain, this Kansas City offensive line has got to get together and say, got to do a better job protecting our franchise quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
He's going to find his tight end Gray complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. He finds McKinnon complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling.
And he will have a Chiefs 1st down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side.
second down and 7. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Hurts. His throw incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Hurts to throw. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get off the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And Charles, he's a rookie. He's put it on the ground once, maybe defensively. Now they're saying, okay, we can get this young buck to cough it up 2-3 times. He's got to be careful here.
Yeah, they do tend to zero in on the young runners because once one comes out, as you noted, you think there's an opportunity for more. This is where you have to get with that guy and say, all right, they're going to come after you, but we believe in your talents. Take care of the football, and let's go.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time.
A partner that locked in man coverage out left and ended up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now a give, this is McKinnon. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 27, Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Down inside the 10. And so close, he gets into the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Chiefs are going to get a fresh set of downs.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. He'll try again. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time in the ball game.
And Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Butker on for the PAT. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Throwing is Hurts. And this one is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Hurts. Man open left side is Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted.
picked off by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Second down and 3.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And his throw here's incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City.
This is taken at about the 14. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
2nd and 8 coming up. Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Hurts.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Holding offense.
So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And a
fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. KC's offense ready to take over. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Mahomes to throw. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Steps away. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Hey, we know Pat Mahomes can run it. We saw it right there, but you get the sense when he takes off, every Chiefs fan is just saying, hey, be careful.
You get the sense, right, that everyone's holding their breath?
Yes.
And no one's exhaling until he gets up? Well, that makes perfect sense. But the reason that play works well for him when he decides to keep it and run, because of the respect for his arm. He throws it so well and so often that when he does make the decision to run, it's usually wide open.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now McKinnon. Ooh, the juke. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 45 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they move the ball with relative ease.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They're off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for them.
Previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After reviewing the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge is a successful one. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And they'll run again. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco
with his third touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. He's got the hat trick, 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours?
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for a nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. That one a first down pickup of 8. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
62 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd downs. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Hurts. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Official foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so, they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Back to throw here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
So flag for the contact, pass interference.
Automatic first
And
down.
I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too...
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his second touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Elliott on for the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run.
After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Mahomes now on first down.
Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Only needing 2 yards on second down.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. First things first, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for Philadelphia. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Now to kick this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up second down.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And they run the option on second down.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Airing it out deep for Smith.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Over the middle, complete. That's Sanders.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run with Sanders off the option. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. 74 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Let's be smart. Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they were able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold it. Let's get the ball back for us.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Mahomes going to throw.
A pass complete downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling.
A big play there for KC. 58 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now Mahomes. His pass caught at the 4. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run. Here's Burton, the fullback. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mike Burton taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs will extend their third-quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. And they just powered it in right there, Charles. 3 tight ends out on the field. The fullbacks of the defense, they knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop them. They knew they had to meet them with a little bit of force. But on that play, the big guys up front won the day.
Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They start on the ground here. It's Sanders. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
81 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
An option handoff given to Sanders.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Here's Brent Kern now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. On the return, it's Tony. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually, but first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Now here's Mahomes. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him. He's hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Another run here with Sanders. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to it.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. But he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On the draw, here's Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Hurts. And this is caught by Watkins. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. The Chiefs offense set to go. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 3rd quarter action in Super Bowl 57. Here's a 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talking about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Mahomes to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for KC. 47 yards.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone would come free.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Isaiah Pacheco with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me, and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that, so you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will make this a 19-point game. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. Running right, here's Sanders. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Another run with Sanders. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
From the 39, Hurts. Quick slant to Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They go back to the ground with Sanders. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. They'll look to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And once again, this is Sanders. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Brandon, a lot of times you'll see running backs rotate in and out of the game, whether it's completed pass, a good run, it doesn't matter. Here, not only does he stay in, but they go right back to him, and he makes another nice play. Back-to-back catches.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with his 3rd touchdown of the Super Bowl.
And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Elliott now to have the extra point. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Miles Sanders
who finished it off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw.
Open man downfield, that's Smith-Schuster.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Another big gainer, 2 in succession as this one goes for 32.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And the Chiefs are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? At this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. 4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Butker now to add the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a Travis Kelce touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we get a look at him. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Quick slant here to Smith. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts. He's got Smith here. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing is Hurts. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. This is caught. It's Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. No reason not to try it there. They do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
On first down, Hurts. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option. He will push his way down to about the 14. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Over the middle to Smith. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and so these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about. Assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
Touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. And they have been the better of the 2 sides to this point with a 2-score lead. 4th quarter of this Super Bowl. And the Lombardi Trophy within reach as they start this drive 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Mahomes' throw caught by Gray. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
2nd down, McKinnon. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 6. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And we're at the time of this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Forced out to his left. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
From the 44, Hurts. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, the great coaches said football's really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. He'll drop to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, 44 yards. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Elliott on for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game. Fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 18. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And some space here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's McKinnon on the draw. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves it with 1 yard to go on third down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation. And taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a gain of 3 there, and that should be just about all she wrote.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout.
I don't know why we did it, but we went to their final walkthrough for some reason. And what did we see? Their last play in walkthrough was taking a knee and celebrating winning a Super Bowl. They want that visualization. They did it for real.
Yeah, they just scripted it out. Defense can't stop the clock, and they can watch the final seconds tick. And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.